Welcome to Hip Restoration Workout for Seniors. There are many possible causes for hip pain, ranging from muscle strains, injuries because of arthritis, and inflammatory disorders. However, gently exercising the hips can often help relieve pain and restore mobility. I would suggest that you do at least some of these exercises 3 times a week, but not on consecutive days. Make sure there's a space between the days that you do hip restoration. And today we're going to experience some hip mobility exercises and some stretches. It's all good, but never work if there's pain. Wait until the pain subsides before you do any of these exercises. I use this warm-up a lot because it targets all my major muscle groups, just like the weight routine is going to do right after this. And my son made this song from scratch. It's called Cohabitation, and you can find it on Spotify. And his name is Young Coconut. Step touch. Use your arms for balance. Stay with the beat. You can take little steps or big steps. If you want to work those glute muscles, take bigger steps. Sometimes I cross over, even behind, and sometimes I just step touch. You choose.
Have you got your new skirt on?
That was my wife talking, so we'll just ignore what she said, okay? Because she's talking about some new clothes that my daughter bought at the thrift store. Think about your posture. That's it. Work the glutes and the hips. You might want to try this one. I call it pulling the sky down. I don't have any shoes on, and I'm stepping very lightly on the floor. That's it. Arms go back, kick the butt. It looks like this from behind. Out in front and out behind with the legs. Trying to warm up all the muscles that you're going to need for this hip restoration workout. Good. Kick out in front, flex the foot. Keep the legs straight. Arms for balance. Stand tall. Almost. Good work. Shake it out. These top 10 weight moves are my favorites. I think they're my favorites because they work most major muscle groups in the body. I try to do them with the best posture and form possible. I use light weights, 2 pounds for one for each hand. I do them as slowly and as carefully as I can, concentrating on my form. And I try to repeat them approximately 12, 13 times. Okay, so the first one is an overhead press. So standing with my feet shoulder width apart, my arms at right angles at the elbow joint, I'm going to simply press up overhead and come back to goalpost position. And I might as well, since I'm working my upper body, I might as well do something with my lower body. But this is all about the shoulders and the back. So here we go. Here's 1, 2, 3, not too fast, 4, 5, 6, think about your form and your posture, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Number 2 is a pec press. Your pecs are your chest muscles. So, standing in the goalpost position, feet shoulder width apart, I'm going to bring my forearms together and then back out. And I might as well maybe cross over my legs at the front, tapping with my toes as I go. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 more, 11, 12. Good. Number 3 is a forearm press. The forearm is between your elbow and your wrist. I'm going to put my feet together, do a little mini squat as I dip my weights down to the front like so. So I push my knees forward and together, and I do a little bit of a squat, but it's all about my shoulders and my back muscles and my front muscles. And just 12. That's 4 already. Notice my forearms are parallel to the ground. Take your time, think about your posture. Just 4 more. Sometimes I don't get the counting quite right, but that's okay. I have to do more than 10 reps. How about 1 more? Number 4, I think on my list here, is a fly. So yes, I'm going to work my back muscles and my front muscles and my shoulder muscles and all my muscles in my upper body. Lean forward a little bit, weights together, feet together. And as I bring my arms way out wide, notice they're bent at the elbow, and come back down, I can feel my shoulder blades coming together. Let's tap to the side as we do it. There's 3. Not too fast. 4, 5. My back is not rounded. It's straight from my neck down to my tailbone. My head's in neutral. Just 4 more. This is the fly. 3, 2, light weights, 2 pounds on each hand. Good work. Got that fan on behind you there. Keep the room a little bit warmer. My bicep curls are next. So I'm going to stand with my feet shoulder width apart in my best posture. I'm going to glue my elbows to my sides, and I'm going to just curl the weights up to my shoulders and back down to my hips. And as I do this, I might as well do some heel digs. Flex the foot in the front and put your heel on the floor and do a little bit of a sit in the chair that isn't there. A little squat. And these are bicep curls, working the biceps in the upper arm at the front. We use biceps and triceps all day long when we use our arms. And just 4 more. 3, heel digs, and 1 more. Good work. And then to do the triceps on the back of the upper arm, I'll turn sideways for this one. So my feet are shoulder width apart, I'm standing nice and tall. I'm gonna bend over just a little bit. Try to keep my back straight, but my hips are back a little bit. Lift up my elbows, and I'm just gonna straighten my arms so they're parallel to the ground. And why not toe tap behind? Take your time. Just 4 more of these. 4. That'll be 12. 3, 2, think about your posture, and 1. After I do my tricep kickback, I like to hug my tree. And my tree happens to be a white pine tree. That's my favorite tree. So with my legs really, really wide, my feet pointing straight ahead, really ground myself into the floor here. And so I'm going to hug a tree with big wide arms, and it's a big wide tree, so I can only go that far. And notice I bring my body down, lowering my body at the hips and sticking my bum back out. And yes, I'm working my glute muscles, which are big muscles in my hips, and their job is to support my spine, keep me stable as I move about the planet. If my bum muscles are weak, I'll have pain in my back. I've got 3 bum muscles: glute maximus, glute medius, and glute minimus. And that's 12. Working those glute muscles. So that was a hug the tree. The next one is a row. So I'll work my glutes here with my legs apart, and I'll bend at the knee here, and so I can rest my forearm on one of my quads, and then let the weights dangle from the other arm, pull them up to about there, and then all the way up to your armpit. So start about there, and then all the way up to your armpit. Thinking about the muscles in your back, underneath your shoulder blade especially, and along the sides of your back, to actually contract or flex those back muscles. And I'm not rounding my back over like this, keeping my back nice and flat. So from my neck area down to my tailbone, it's kind of on an angle, 45-degree angle, as I do a little row your boat. So working lots of body parts as I do the roll. But think about the muscles in your back that are contracting to get those weights up to the armpit. And you only have to do 12 on each side. So that would be 2 and 2 is 4 pounds you're lifting up. So here I am, nice straight back, lower my hips a little bit more to straighten my back, get my weights up maybe halfway, and then use the muscles. Think about the muscles that you're using to get those weights all the way up to your armpit. This is a row. It makes your bum muscle stronger when you're in this position. And as you move your arm like this, you're strengthening the rhomboid muscles in your back and other muscles, like your lats and your latissimus dorsi, and your traps, your trapezius. And 2 more. 1, take your time. 2, slow is better, slow is harder. And then gently push your hips forward and stand up. Only got 2 more. The squat swing. So with a weight in each hand, bring them up over top of your head. Your legs are shoulder width apart or a little wider. Feet pointing straight ahead. And as you lower your body into your squat, keeping your back pretty straight, the weights swing back and you end up down here. Okay, keep your chest up, your head up, and straighten up again. And do your swing. Take your time, maybe pause at the bottom. Good. Just 8 more. We only have to do 12. Take your time. You might want to take a deep breath in and then blow out on the way down on the exertion. Breathe in on the way up. Blow out on the way down. Breathe in on the way up. Blow out on the way down. Let's just do 2 more to make sure we get our 12. Slow and best posture. Think about your form and you'll be a winner. The last one is the relative to the squat called the lunge. So I'm going to stand with one foot in front of the other, legs apart. I'm up on my back toes and the balls of my feet back there, but I'm standing pretty straight. So I'm going to do this a little different this time. I'm going to have the weights up over my head. I'm going to relax my shoulders with the weights up over my head. Push my shoulders back a little bit. And then come down and up. And down and up. Bringing my knee at the back there, straight down and up. Down and up. So the arms are higher than my shoulders. They're relaxed into the shoulder socket. And they're back a little bit, which is an advanced move. If that's too hard, just take your arms down and do your lunge the way you normally would until you've done 12. Maybe one more would be 12. I'd like to walk around for a few seconds after I do a lunge, maybe lift my legs up. Working those glutes. And lots of other muscles. So 1 foot back, up on the balls of your foot there, and your toes, your heel is off the ground, you're standing nice and tall. And maybe the weights are up, shoulders down and relaxed. Push the shoulders back, standing nice and tall, head is in neutral, down and up. Take your time. You can do as many of these as you can do with the best form and then stop and take a rest. But see if you can get yourself up to 12 eventually. And by the way, you don't have to do all these 10 weight moves, one right after the other. You can do a couple of them and then go and do something like maybe clean something or shovel something or go for a walk and then come back and do a couple more. And by the end of the day, maybe you can go through all 10 and do 12 of each. And let's do one more just to make sure. Your arms down, maybe. Stand up nice and tall. There. My favorite 10 weight moves. Try to do them every other day. Not every day, every other day. Your body needs time to heal those muscles and make them stronger. Hip flexion and extension. Stand beside a chair or a countertop, hold on with one hand, and then with the outside leg, doing most of the raising and lowering and moving backwards, bend the leg, lift the knee up as high as you can, and then take the bottom of your foot and stamp the wall behind you. So it's up, stamp, up, stamp. Make sure that you shift your weight over to that inside leg so it can support you, stabilize you, and make sure you're standing as tall as possible in your best posture. Okay? And don't lean forward. Stand up straight. So we're going to do 12 of them. So it's up, stamp. That's 2. And 3. and 5. You can do it. Flex, extend. Flex, extend. Flex means bring the body part close to your core, and extend means take the foot away from your core. And one more. Good. You have 2 legs, so let's do, and 2 hips. Let's do the other side. So, that's posture, shift weight toward the chair a little bit, and then bend the leg up, stamp. Stand tall, stamp. Flex the foot, which means pull the toes up, and up goes the knee, stamp the wall with the bottom of your foot. So it's flex and extend, flex and extend. Are we almost done? Let's do one more. So up and down, working that hip. Hip abduction. We're going to stand tall next to the chair, shift the weight like we did with the first exercise, and then take our straight outside leg and push it out as far as we can go. You'll feel it in your hip. Whenever you're taking your leg and pushing it away from your core, it's an abduction. An adduction is bringing it back. And we're going to bring it back in front of our toe on the floor and cross over, and then take it out again. And when we get to here and we're bringing it in front, we're going to do a little mini squat with that inside leg. We're going to bend the knee just a little bit. So it'll be a little mini squat, abduction, mini squat. There's 3. Just 12. Here comes 6. Hold on, stand tall. Abduction, adduction. Mini squat, abduction, adduction. You don't have to remember those words. Just maintain the proper posture and form. And cross over in front. One more for 12. Good work. Other side. Okay, you got a hip over here that can hardly wait to do the hip abduction. So shift the weight, lift this out, bring it in front, do a little squat. Just bend that inside leg a little bit at the knee. Stand tall. Push it out as far as you can with no pain. If there's ever pain, stop. Working those glutes. It's all about restoring your hip back to a healthy hip. 3 more. 2. 1. Good work. This is called a low squat with a rest. We only have to do 1. With my feet shoulder width apart, toes pointing straight ahead. And you know, everybody's a little bit different when you're doing a squat. So if you need your legs farther apart or closer together to get your hips as low as possible, go right ahead. But I like my feet shoulder width apart, toes pointing straight ahead, standing in my best posture. Push my hips back a little bit. Keep your back from your head to your tailbone on an angle like that, but don't curve it. Okay? So we're just going to slowly go down. I might use my arms, I might not. If I want to make it harder, I bring my hands up higher and higher and higher, or I keep them down and I go until I find the sweet spot, which is for me right there. And when I get there, I can put my arms on my quads and I can rest for maybe 3, 2, 1, or longer, maybe 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'm going to put my hands down, and then one knee. I don't think I need both knees. And I'm going to have a little rest. And when I think I'm ready, I'm going to use my hands to get back into my low squat, my sweet spot, resting on my quads with my forearms. And when I'm ready, I slowly get my hands off my legs and slowly come up. And that's it. 1 per workout. Maybe do this workout every other day for 3 times, and you'll be doing 3 low squats with a rest. The lunge is a relative to the squat in that you're going down by bending your legs and coming back up, keeping your best posture, best form possible. But because your legs are going to be apart like this, and you're up on your toe at the back with your heel off the ground, making you very unstable. But this is a great exercise for your hips. I'm going to hold on to the chair here. So, here I go. Down very slowly, bending the legs, both of them, at the knee joint, until I think that's far enough, and then maybe hold it for 3, 2, 1, and then come back up. I think, well, I'll try that again. I think I can do another one of those. Straight down. Your knee doesn't have to touch the floor. Best posture possible. After 3 seconds or 5 seconds, come back up. And then for the last one, just because I want it to be a little bit harder, I'm going to slow down, which will make it harder, and I'm going to bring that outside arm up over my head. Here I go. Down. Push my shoulder back a little bit and relax it. And after 5 seconds, come back up slowly. Let's try the other side. I think I got all that. So, the outside leg is way back there. I'm up on the balls of my feet back there and my heels off the ground. I'm holding onto the chair for balance. You don't have to hold onto the chair as long as your form is maintained through the whole thing. So here we go. We're going to slowly go down. And when we get as far as we can go without any compromises to our form, and we count to 3, we slowly come back up. I think I can do that again. Think about your form. 3, 2, 1, or maybe 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come back up. And then the last one, to make it a little harder, the arm is going to come over my head somewhere. I'm going to relax the shoulder into the socket here, push my arm back a little bit, and then go down, and go 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come up, which makes it even harder. The airplane. Since this is the most complicated and the most difficult hip restoration exercise, I've saved it till last. So, I need a chair for balance. And yes, I'm going to take one leg off the floor and I'm going to stick it behind me, straight behind me, as I bend over a little tiny bit. Like, you know, maybe a figure skater doing some kind of a spiral out there on the ice in the Olympics. Let me move up away from the cupboard back there. So I'm balancing, standing up tall, balancing on one foot. Take the other outside leg and stick it behind me and lean a little bit. Don't round your back, just lean a little bit like you're a skater. And when you get here, I want you to take this outside hip and externally rotate it out. And hold it. 3, 2, 1. Back and up. This is what I don't want you to do. No twisting. That spine is doing its job to stabilize you. The hips and the glutes are all trying to work together with the spine. You don't need any twisting of that spine. So you're only going to rotate your hip, but you're not going to twist your spine. So let's try it again. So we get that leg up, shove it back behind, lean forward a little bit, holding on for support here, and then rotate the hip out without twisting like so. Look straight ahead. Rotate it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shall we try it one more time? Sure, you can do it. So lift the leg up, all the weight's on the inside leg, stick the leg back. It doesn't have to be straight. It can be bent a little bit. Lean forward, just don't round your back. Keep your back straight from your neck to your tailbone. Leaning forward a little bit, and then rotate the hip out without twisting your body like so. Just rotate the hip out. And count until you think that's enough, and come back. Last time on the other side. Best posture, shift weight, lift leg, lean forward, rotate the hip out without twisting my body, my spine, and then bring it back and rest. Number 2, lean, shift, lift, rotate the hip. See, rotate the hip out, externally rotate the hip. That means turn it out, looking straight ahead, and count your seconds. One more and then you're done the exercises to restore your hips. And you work those glute muscles. Good for you. Here we go. Up goes the leg. Lean forward a little bit. Rotate the hip out. Hold on. Don't hold on. Count your seconds. And then relax. These exercises are good, but not every day. Every other day, maybe 3 times a week. We're going to finish this workout with 2 great hip stretches. So you need to get down on the floor and maybe get yourself a little cushion to put behind your neck to keep your head in neutral. All right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lie down on my back with my head, or at least my neck, on the pillow, and I'm going to bend my legs so that my feet are flat and my heels are close to my bum, but not too close. And then I'm going to lift my hips up. But to make this a little bit more hip or glute oriented, I'm just going to concentrate on squeezing those bum muscles. I know my quads and my hamstrings and my knees all play a major role in doing a bridge, but I want to let them do their thing while I think about squeezing my bum. Okay, so I get down here, put my head on the cushion or my neck, bend my legs, bring my heels in a little bit, close to my bum, arms at my side, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to squeeze my bum muscles as I lift my hips up as high as possible and hold it there. Keep squeezing, breathe in through your nose, blow out through your mouth. Again, keep the hips high and keep squeezing those bum muscles. One more time. And then lower your hips until your back and hips hit the floor. All right? That's the bridge. The last one is the piriformis stretch, and the piriformis is a muscle, not too big, that sits inside your bum there. And your sciatic nerve, which starts in your low back and goes all the way down to the bottom of your feet through your legs, passes through your piriformis muscle in your bum. And we want our piriformis muscle to be strong along with our other glute muscles. So we're going to stretch it out because we've done a great workout by doing the following. So I'm going to lie down with my head on the cushion there, and I'm going to put one leg over top of the other so it's above the knee, and then I'm going to pull my legs in. So I first of all get down here, my head's in neutral, my legs are bent. I'm going to put one over top of the other and stretch the piriformis in this hip by pulling my legs in. And if you want to make it a little harder, grab a hold of the legs and pull it in a little bit more. Keep your head on the cushion though. And you'll feel some kind of a tightness or burning in your hip here. That's it, pull it in. And just relax, breathing in through your nose and blowing out through your mouth a few times. And maybe 30 seconds will go by, or 60 seconds, or maybe you'll be having so much fun you'll be down here for 2 minutes, which would be ideal. And when you're done, uncross your legs and slowly lower your hips and your feet to the floor. When you're ready to do the other side, one leg crosses over the other above the knee and pull your legs in, do your flexion. That means pull your legs in toward your core. And if you need to hold on to those legs and pull them in a little further to get more of a piriformis stretch, go right ahead. And then remember, think positive things. Think about your piriformis, your hip there, and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And always breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth twice as long. And the longer you hold the stretch, the more you're going to get from it. A lot of people don't hold the stretches long enough. And you should always stretch when the muscles are warm, so close to the end of your workout. I always finish my workouts with some form of meditation. And today it's going to be the rainstorm. And I'm going to go through the rainstorm movements and think about what I learned about my hips and the exercises I did and all the things that I had to do right in order to get the most out of those exercises. So just snap your fingers as you sit in your best posture in your chair. No slouching allowed here. And think about what you did for your warm-up. And then what did you do for the weight part of this workout, those 10 weight moves? And then I believe there were 5 exercises for the hip restoration that you did. Yeah. And then you finished it off with some kind, oh, I know, those 2 hip stretches that you did. And then you reviewed with some kind of meditation. And today the meditation is the rainstorm. Even though it's not raining out, it's snowing. Anyway, remember, the number of repetitions are approximately 12 for each of those exercises. You want to hold those stretches for at least 30 seconds up to 2 minutes to get the benefits. And you want to meditate at the end to review what you did. That's all about being mindful, being in the moment. And, oh, I know, and you want to do this maybe 3 times a week to keep those hips strong and the muscles that support the hips and the back. But not consecutive days. Maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, take the weekend off. Until next time.